Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to Talking Thursdays. This is our episode 56. While we've spoken about so many things in France, we've shown you so much already, we realized that we haven't really given a list of what we think France does better and what we think that France is really good at. So, today we're gonna give you top things of what France is really good at.
So let's start.
Let's go. So the first thing that France is really good at is freedom of press and freedom of speech and freedom of expression. You can find books on subjects here that you wouldn't necessarily find in many places around the globe. Even in the English press, you would not see things that are written in the French press. Certain subjects in politics and political views are openly discussed on TV platforms and in books and in newspapers, and things are not censored here, which is a good thing. In my opinion, it's a very good thing. It makes people think, it makes people wonder, it makes people research, it makes people learn how to think for themselves and make their own conclusions and opinions. Which brings me to the second thing, is the debate. France is really good at having a debate. I noticed how people are encouraged to have a debate in this country. And while I have lived in several countries and I've mixed with many cultures, I appreciate and I really admire the French culture when it comes to debating. You could have a heated debate with a French person, extremely heated debate, and then after you are done, you can go and have lunch together and have a drink together, or like nothing happened. And I think it's a good thing. I think people should be able to debate, and they should be able to know how to debate without getting violent, without screaming or ruining friendships and relationships and so on.
Another point we think France is good at is transportation. Why? Because in France, the transportation is very well developed. You can go to even into a small village and you can find a train or a bus network there. It's very affordable as well when you compare to other European states, and it's quite comfortable. You can take fast speed train and you can go to any city, and it will take less time than regular trains. So the next one is healthcare. What I like about healthcare system in France is that you have to pay for the social costs while you are working, and when you get sick or when you are hospitalized, the government takes care of you. France is well known for using advanced technology, like for curing cancer or any other diseases. I lately read news. In Turkey, people start campaigns because there is a disease in which you need to pay millions for a medication. But in France, I checked the prices here because I wanted to know how much you need to pay for that medication, and I found out that you don't need to pay for it because government takes care of it. So in other countries, people start campaigns, they try to collect the money. It's quite sad to see these things, but thankfully in France, everything is fully covered by the state.
Now the next thing that I think France is really good at is preserving heritage. Not to say that others can't do it, but in France it's especially well taken care of. The culture, the heritage, the architecture, the art. This is why it's the world's most visited country among tourists, because genuinely you can see it on the streets wherever you go. People do take care of their things.
So the next one is cheese, pastry and the wine, of course. What I like about pastries in France is the quality and the art. People spend their time to decorate, to craft the dessert. When you go to boulangerie, you can see the effort. There are also some competition across France. As far as I know, in Paris there's a competition to choose the best baguette. As you know, people always queue in front of a boulangerie to get baguette or pastries, and it's a culture here. And of course, there are over 300 types of cheese in France. We haven't tasted all yet, but we would like to taste all at some point. And the good point is that normally it may cost so much, but here no, because all the products are quality products. You can go to a store or even in a small village, you can get the best products. Cheese here is very affordable.
And who could forget the wine? The country that gave birth to champagne cannot be missed out on when it comes to the subject of wine. France does wine amazingly. For any type of price, for the range of pricing is amazing. It's not expensive. It can get really expensive, of course, but to get good wine, you don't have to spend a lot. You can get it in any of the supermarkets you find. Even the smallest, tiniest in villages, you will have wine. You can do wine tasting tours. You can go around the country, depending on the regions, because each region is known for a specific type of grape, specific type of wine, and it's just a discovery on its own, just like the cheese. The regions are controlled for wine and for cheese, so you cannot produce, let's say, Bordeaux, and you cannot produce Bordeaux somewhere outside. You know, you cannot produce it in a different region. The wine here is incredible. The cheese here is incredible. But always remember to drink responsibly. And this one is an obvious one. This is what the country is known for. It's style and fashion. Yes, it's true. People in France dress really well. Not 100%, not all of them, but generally when you walk the streets, you will see people are well composed. Most of them are well composed. They have a style code that they follow, you can see it. As you go to different regions, you start seeing different ways people dress and how they, choose colors and stuff. But overall, there is this thing that I really appreciate about the French is that women, they don't really wear that much makeup. They have this really easy approach to the looks that they have. It's so effortless, but it's so stylish and so beautiful. It's also obviously a fashion capital of the world, but it does trickle down to the public. It's not just the place where the fashion shows happen. It really does trickle down to the public. You can see it on the streets of Paris. You can see it everywhere you go, especially Paris. Paris is it's incredible. When you go on the metro, you will see a lot of people are dressed really nicely, even if it's just simple. So fashion is really good in France. Yeah, France does fashion really well.
Stop.